U92, what's going on?
Yo, what's good? Calling for DJ Bangarang.
This is he. Is this Slug?
I'm afraid so.
My brother, how you doing, man?
I'm good. How you been?
You know what? I've been good. I'm not gonna complain. Like, things are kind of starting to open up, and like life is good. I have no complaints.
All right. I mean, then that makes two of us then. No, that's not true, man. I've got a lot of complaints, but I'm not going to sit here and complain because I'm blessed. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to be surrounded by the people I'm surrounded by. I'm grateful to be on the phone with you right now. So why complain about anything?
Absolutely, my brother. I understand. So, man, should we just jump right into it?
Sure. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, man, what are you looking forward to the most about being back on tour?
Oof, man, that's a hard one, because I'm still kind of processing the whole situation. You feel me? Like, when we booked this tour, it was like, oh, yeah, I can't wait. But it was so far off in the future that it felt like, that the world would be back to whatever we perceived to be normal by then. And I got to be honest, man, like, the world don't feel normal to me yet. And I don't know if it ever will at this point. And so now it's almost like brand new again. It almost feels like, it's like there's a whole lot of new things that have to be learned. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, I'm excited to be out here, but am I going to be hitting the record stores up like I used to? You know what I'm saying? Am I going to feel weird getting in an Uber every day? You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I going to do when it's time to forage for food? Like, a lot of things are going to be brand new for me. So I'm going to lean on the things that I know I can depend on, and that is the beats, the rhymes, the energy of the people. You know what I'm saying? That hour and a half or so that you get to be on stage, that's only one part of a long day. But that's the part I'm going to be focused on because I really don't know what to think of the rest of the day yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta just kind of slowly unpack it and see what's up with it. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. I understand. And so I got a chance to listen to your last project. Was it The Day Before Halloween? Is that what it was called?
Oh, yeah, The Day Before Halloween. Yeah, sorry, we gave it some sort of long, weird, heady title, and that's my fault. Of course, Anthony just wanted to call it something simple like Beats. You know what I mean? But for me, it's like we gotta give it a title that speaks to what it is. And so, yeah, The Day Before Halloween.
But I wanted to ask you because I personally enjoyed it. I'm big in the synths and stuff, but this new album that you that's coming out, Word, it's more of that original sound. So what kind of, influenced that? All right, we did The Day Before Halloween, but now we're going to bring it back here in 2021. Like, what changed? Like, what made that happen?
Well, here's the thing, man. Me and Anthony, we've been fortunate enough to be in a creative stride these last couple of years, making lots of music. And when we made The Day Before Halloween, its intentions actually were to the music for that were intended to be a score for a television show. And
okay,
it fell through, and so we ended up still, we had it was going to be all instrumental stuff, and we had all these synthy instrumentals, and so we were like, well, what if you give them to me, I'll rap to them. You know what I'm saying? And so we started putting it together, and as I was writing it, I was like, man, this should be like a long film or something to go along with this because it's very different from the stuff we had made prior to it, right? And after we were finished with it, we were like, all right, well, let's make an album. But we were like, well, since we just took this kind of a left turn with The Day Before Halloween, we kind of felt like, well, maybe we should take another left turn, and not just do what's expected of us. So we, which to me, I thought, for our last few albums, you got Me Be the Local and Southsiders and Fishing Blues and the Whenever album, that's kind of like traditional atmosphere music, you know what I'm saying? Whereas The Day Before Halloween was like not as traditional. And so with this one, we were like, well, what if we went heavier on samples and it just got a little bit more aggressive and fun. Which is kind of weird when you're pushing 50, right? And it was like, let's get out of the dad rap for another project. You know what I'm saying? Before we go back to my dad rap cargo shorts. And we decided to do this one. And what was dope about it was like, okay, so now we've made these two projects that were not even expected. Nobody was expecting us to have records this soon, especially considering we dropped the Whenever album, late 2019, right before the pandemic.
Right.
And then we dropped a Felt record in the middle of the pandemic. So nobody was even knowing that the day before Halloween was coming. And then nobody really was knowing that this one was coming. And we got another one done. I'm not really supposed to tell nobody, but I'm going to tell you because the label, they can yell at me tomorrow, whatever. But we got, it's just like we've been in a stride, bro. So we're just trying to make the most of it. And we've always tried to make sure that our sound and what we're presenting has some sort of like theme or concept to it. Mm-hmm. Not that everybody can tell, but I can tell, right? And so the Word album is kind of it's got its own theme too. I think when people finally get to hear the full album, they'll see it and hopefully experience it the way I experience it and the way Anthony experiences it, and see it as another, I don't want to say departure, because all of these things are a part of us, including the day before Halloween. I wouldn't call that a departure. It just was a side of us that you might not always get to see. You might hear, there's a song with Ali called Cats Fan Bags. That song is a part of us. We make songs like that with the heavy synth and the grumbles. So when we made the day before Halloween, it wasn't that weird to us to do them songs. What was weird was to do a whole project of them songs. You feel me? And same with this Word album. It's not weird for us to make these songs. It's just weird that we were able to create a whole project out of it because, like I said, man, especially during, during the plague, we had some time on our hands to just really get busy. I was just doing the homeschooling with the kids during the day. And then, I had the nights to go and write raps, you know what I'm saying? And so I have no idea whether or not I answered your question.
No, actually you did. And first of all, thank you for answering it. And I wanted to ask you, so on the very last track, you guys have MF Doom. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, that's another one that I'm still kind of processing and unpacking.
Yeah.
I'd reached out to him last September, mm-hmm. and told him, hey, I got this song with me and Aesop on it. Can I send you the beat? And he's like, yeah, send it. I'll see what's up. And I sent it to him, and he felt it, and that excited me alone. Because when one of your contemporaries, who's also kind of a hero, when they approve of what you're doing, it feels good, man. It's really validating, right? And so, me and him and A$AP Rocky made a song way back in the day with the Mole Men called Put Your Quarter Up.
Okay.
And I don't know if anybody's noticed or if they've looked at the track listing, but this one with me and A$AP and Doom, it's called Barcade. And there is a kind of a touch of I don't want to say part two, because there's no such thing as part twos in my world so much, but it pays homage to the first time that the three of us were able to get together and make a song, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? Specifically musically. And he felt it, A$AP Rock came with a style real fucking just super fucking dope, man. Super intense. He styles all over it like fucking kung fu master shit. Mm-hmm. And then what I do is kind of like I do this style where I lay after the beat on every bar, and I finish the bar with the same, I rhyme my whole verse with the same rhyme. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like I do one of those kind of old school MC kind of things, but I lay it down after the beat. And so Doom did something that he said he felt it. I was like, oh, cool, send me a verse, man. And he did something that none of us were expecting, which is, and I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about it yet. I think I should let people hear it first, but let's just say this, man. He did exactly what I think. Man, he did the last thing I expected him to do, and it's the most beautiful thing in the world to me. I'm so happy that he chose to take it the direction he took it. Mm-hmm. And that was all how I felt prior to his passing. Mm-hmm. Now, post his transition, and I'm gonna speak slower here because I want to be more careful with choosing these words now, and just say that the fact that I know he gave me this verse, and not only gave it to me, but validated me and A$AP Rock's verses and communicated how much he liked it and all that. All of that was this is a person who's been given the world gifts for, decades now. He's been giving us all gifts. And now I kind of feel like dude gave me a personal gift, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? By with how he blessed us, what he did, the support he showed it. And so, I'm really happy about it. You know, when I found out about his passing, it hit me just like it hit everybody. You know, we're all really shook and confused, and we don't always know how to process these things. And then, of course, you know, just in doom fashion, his version of transition was even more confusing and mysterious than most. You know what I'm saying? And so it was just like, all of it is just like this. It's all part of a much bigger story here that ain't mine. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm just reading the story like the rest of us. But I'm just saying, like, after his passing, you know, it's even that much more impactful to me to really look at, you know, how often this dude showed up for me and looked out for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't think of those things in the present, man. You usually, you know, it's something that I think we all could probably spend a little bit more time doing when we think about, like, our homies or about our friends, our colleagues, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, think about what we actually mean to each other and what we're doing for each other, you know? And I feel like, you know, that to me is specifically a very high point of this project, is that I always will look at that song and remember, you know, just the process of getting the verse from him, and then the process of even, because you know, we hadn't even turned the album in yet when he had passed, and I was like, whoa, are we allowed to even put this out now? Because I felt kind of weird, like, you know, I don't want to be one of those people that's like exploiting, you know what I'm saying? I don't like feel any of that, but, you know, so, you know, we reached out to the fam to make sure everything's good, and yep, everything's good, and obviously, you know, his relationship with the label is really close, and so it's so, I don't know, man, it's a way for me to just finally, I guess, really, really, like, process what this person meant for me. You know what I'm saying? What this person meant to me, and also to just make sure that it's a part of his legacy to show my children, like, not only was this person like so impactful to so many people, but like he was directly impactful to your father. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Sorry, I talk a lot, bro. I apologize for all the words, man. I have a tendency to ramble, but take what you can from it, you know. And truthfully, for the listeners, I just want to remind everybody, like, yo, if anything, if the last year, 2 years has taught us anything, that is to, like, man, be present. Be present, man. Don't be so off in the stars or in the weeds that you're not paying attention to, like, the people around you, close to you. You know what I'm saying? Because we're all gonna go. We're gonna lose each other, and that's how it is. And when it happens, don't lose yourself too. Don't let one tragedy turn into multiple tragedies. You feel me?
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Well, I know you're busy, and first off, I don't mind you, like, rambling. If anything, I appreciate it. So thank you for, like, opening up and, like, sharing that story with our listeners, because they will appreciate that part, I guarantee. So thank you. But I just wanted to ask you one more thing. The show, August 27th, what can we expect from Atmosphere here in Utah?
Well, here's the thing, man. You know, if you're familiar with us, then you know how we get down. We like to make party, man. We like to show people a good time. We like to make sure that everybody that shows up leaves with a smile on their face and a good feeling in their heart. And when you multiply that times the energy and the party and the personality that Cypress Hill brings to the stage, like, to me, this is one of my accomplishments, man. Like, you know, I've gotten to do a few things in my life, and this is one of the landmark accomplishments for me, to be able to go on tour with Cypress Hill.
Definitely.
And Z-Trip. Me and Z-Trip been friends for like 50 years now, man. And this is the first time, you know, we've played shows together and festivals and stuff, but this is the first time we've ever shared a bus and kicked it like this. And so this is, you know, there's no better way for me to have reintroduced myself to this part of my life than to do this with my heroes, Cypress Hill, and with my good friend Z-Trip. So what I would suggest is that, you know, anybody that's thinking about coming to this show, just make sure you show up with a lot of the ability to be opened up enough to take in everything that we are going to be trying to give, because it's going to be a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been holding a lot in for the last 18 to 24 months. You know what I'm saying? And it's time time to let it out and hopefully present it to you in a way that you'll grab some of it, take it home with you, and do something with that. You know what I'm saying?
Slug, thank you so much, and hopefully we get to link up when you come out on the 27th, my bro.
Right on, brother. Thank you for your time. Thank you for having me on the show.
Of course, brother. I look forward to meeting you. You have a good one.
You too.